Let's talk about beams and columns. So we have the beam tool selected here. Once we've got some options here that are very similar to the wall tool. I'm going to draw out. Notice we're drawing from the center of the beam. Could be drawing sort of a chain of beams, if you will. Rectangular set of beams or rotated set of beams. Take a look at these in 3D. You can see it's very similar to the wall tool. We could select these guys. Let's select one of them, or create them from the beginning, if you will. We can scroll over here to the right. Oh, by the way, we've got a top and a bottom, so if we make the top to be 11 feet, that's going to make this beam much taller, or deeper in engineering terms. And here's the width, so we make that a foot. Now I've got a wider beam. If we'd like, we can angle the beam up, and let's just make this 45 degrees. So you can see we've got a beam that's angled up at 45 degrees. Now the beam did get longer, but if we view it in plan view, that beam is essentially the same length. So you can see here, if we have this beam here, this is the one that's angled up, and we turn that angle back to 0. Notice it stays the same size, but if we return back to the plan view, that's just because the way that the beam projects up into three-dimensional space, we're going to be left the same dimensions in plan view. Now, let's go to the column tool. Essentially with columns, we've got be placing a column here. We could have a round column or a rectangular column, or we can actually design our own profile or use a profile in ArchiCAD to make a custom profile there. And this, let's go take a look. We've got custom profile here, and this is more level 2 type thing, but let's use the C channel here. And so now if we place a column, you can see it's that C channel. So we've got lots of options with our beams and columns. And similarly, if we go into 3D here, we've got control over, with some of these at least, if the dimensions of our complex profile here are going to be controlled by the profile itself. We notice we've kind of got, we do have a height and a width, and we can chain that together, but also got 12 feet. We can make it taller. Let's make this wider. Not 8 feet, maybe let's do 10 inches perhaps. And we can rotate the column, say 45 degrees, and notice that just sort of twists it in plan view, if you will. But if we scroll over here to the right again, we could say, no, we want our column to be inclined here. Also, let's make that 35 degrees. So if we go on around, you can see here's our column inclined at an angle of 35 degrees.